Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about patch 10.2 and I will explain what I think is, in my opinion, the most important thing you should do if you really want to make a lot of gold during the first few days and first few weeks of this new patch. So I'm sure that most of you are now pretty familiar with the new cross-realm trading system that is now free. So it means that you can actually trade items directly for free to anyone from your region. So this is something that has changed a lot the way people make gold in each regions, because you can now basically craft, for instance, things and sell them on every realm. Or for instance, if there is an interesting item that you want on one realm, you can go and buy it there and then transfer it back on your own realm. So basically, you can sell items anywhere and you can also buy items from anywhere. So with that, again, there are a lot of changes that are important to take into consideration. And especially when there is the release of a new patch and the release of a lot of content and a lot of new items that you can sell on the auction house. This is really one moment where you want to enjoy this cross-realm trading in order to maximize the amount of gold you can make with all these new items and with all these new activities. So I made a video recently going through all the different type of BOEs that you will be able to farm and then sell on the auction house in patch 10.2, but just as a quick recap, you have, for instance, all the new raid BOEs. You will also have a lot of new green BOEs and world BOE, for instance, trinkets that you can then sell on the auction house. You will be able to craft new PvP BOEs as well. You will be able to get a lot of new recipes and plants that you will also be able to sell directly on the auction house. And then next to that, you will also have a bunch of pets, of toys, and of other consumables. So definitely it leaves quite a lot of room to make a lot of gold with all these different items. So again, as I already mentioned in this other video, if you really want to make a lot of gold with some of these different items, you need to consider sometimes transferring some of them on other realms in order to make even more gold. So you have different type of situation. Let's say, for instance, that you just got a really nice BOE from the new raid in heroic difficulty, and we're still during the first few days or maybe the first few weeks. If you're playing on a low pop realm, most definitely you're not going to be able to sell it for a lot of gold very quickly, and it means that you're then taking the risk to wait too much time, and then the value is probably going to drop quite a lot. So if you want to avoid doing that, what you can do is just target some of the very highly populated realms where you know there's going to have a lot of people who will be interested. And then when you've secured one realm, you just want to transfer this BOE on this other realm, and like that you will most likely be able to sell it very quick and for a lot of gold, or at least while it's still very expensive. And of course here you also have all the different BOE plants and recipes, especially the ones from the new raid. So all these different items are going to be probably very rare and expensive during the first few days of patch 10.2. So what you want to do again is make sure to try and sell them when they're still very expensive. So again, I would recommend you, if for instance you're playing on a low pop realm, to try and sell them on a high pop realm. And also, for instance, let's say that you're playing on a high pop realm and the value is starting to really crash. What you can do is just either go on another realm, or maybe try to go even on a medium pop realm or something like that. And probably you will still be able to sell it maybe a little bit slower, but for a better price. So of course, this is something that works in both sides. Now, let's talk about the second category of items, where here you really want to craft or try to get these different items as soon as possible, and then like have them available on all the different realms that are interesting, including low pop realms, medium pop realms, and high pop realms. So here, for instance, all the new PvP BOEs that you will be able to craft, especially the ring and also the necklace, are things that really, if you are amongst the first people selling them, you will probably make a little bit of gold, because there's always a lot of people who are happy to buy these different green BOEs in order to gear up some alts, especially for PvP. So again, if you have the opportunity to then craft a bunch on one realm, maybe let's say you've been able to get the recipe on your own, or you found someone who is selling it on the realm for a very cheap price and you bought it, what you want to do is start crafting a bunch of them. And again, if you have some characters on other realms and you have the ability to transfer them on these other realms, then you can craft a bunch of items and sell them everywhere. And like that, probably you will be able to make way more gold than if you're just staying on one realm and trying to sell everything on this one realm. So of course, what I would also recommend you to do is to simply try to keep an eye on all the different realms in your region and see if during the first few days and first few weeks, you can try to find some very cheap auctions that you can then buy from one realm and then sell them back either on this same realm or on another realm. So for instance, here again, I'm thinking about all the different BOEs, all the different plants and recipes. Let's say, for instance, you have this one right here. This is one of the new design from the new raid. What you can do is go and probably you will find sometimes some that will be extremely cheap, and then you can buy them and sell them back on another realm for like maybe 300, 400k gold benefits. So this is something that is going to be very competitive. You're probably going to have a lot of people trying to do that, and some people even have like bots or things like that that directly snipe this type of items. But still, really keep an eye open, because sometimes you can really find some super interesting deals, and you can then again transfer them for free on another realm and sell them for a really good price. So definitely something you want to do. For that, you can check this website right here, the Undermine Exchange, and then go on your realm or go on any item, and then you will be able to have all the regional data. So definitely something, again, I would recommend you to do. So this is really my main recommendation if you're someone who wants to enjoy the new patch and really makes a lot of gold. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can just, like take it chill and just make a little bit of gold here and there. I'm really doing this video for those of you who really want to maybe try to make tons of gold during the first few days. And in my opinion, if you're not trying to do it with cross-realm trading, probably you're not going to be as efficient as many other people. So this is my main recommendation. Again, I know sometimes doing this type of cross-realm trading activities can be very annoying, very tiring, but if it's like maybe for 1 week or 2 maximum, probably you can still enjoy it and then make tons of gold. And after that, you can just go back to your normal routine and probably just play on 1 or 2 realms maximum. And for those of you who are wondering how you can actually trade items from one realm to another, so basically this is something that you will only be able to do when you are opening a trade window and then you are trading the item directly to this person. So unfortunately, you cannot mail these different items to one of your alts on another realm. So it means that in many cases, you will have to have 2 different accounts and play at the same time in order to then have a character on one realm, one on another one, and transfer characters or items from this realm to this other one. You can, of course, also try to do that with some of your friends. If there are just a few things you want to transfer on one realm, you can ask them. But of course, it's just going to make it a little bit more tricky for you because you will be dependent on someone else. So again, this is the main way, unfortunately, that right now this system works. Maybe in the future, we will be able to also mail items directly to other characters from our accounts on other realms. But so far, this is the only way you will have to actually transfer items or maybe some gold from one realm to another one. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope it will help you to better strategize before the release of patch 10.2. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great start of the week. Bye!